Hi, Dr. Odom. I feel like a common theme in these meetings is just me coming as I am, my hot mess and all. So I just got out of the shower. I did the PowerPoint before the shower. The shower after a hot, sweaty, rainy, humid, nasty day was my reward after finishing the PowerPoint for thinking. So I just got out the shower, so you have to forgive me. But I'm going to talk to you about some thinking. So I know you said that you liked to nerd out about questioning and thinking, and honestly, me too. Just understanding the way people think, the way people's brains work, how they process their thoughts, which way they're lean towards more, has always been interesting to me. Ever since I was little, my parents have been like polar opposite thinkers. My mom is super creative outside the box, loves to do it in art. She's really great at understanding things through like relationships. She loves abstract ideas. My dad is like, nope, very point A, point B. Here's how we're going to get it done. Like, how can we be more effective? I'm not going to waste time with like side conversations. We can do that after the project's done. So, having like the polar opposites and my mom being a therapist, and it's just always interested me. So, this was super cool to go through. So, thinking. I chose the little thought bubble cloud because it reminds me of thinking. Um, and everyone's thought bubble clouds look different because we all think differently. So convergent thinking. Um, the way I would define it is there's one way to get there and only one correct answer. So 2 plus 2 is 4, but your thinking is kind of linear. So A would be math, B would be addition, and C would be 2 plus 2 is 4. There's not really a lot of roundabout, outskirts, stuff like that. Um, or else you could do it as A being 2, B being 2, and C being 4. So 2 plus 2 is 4. So just like that straight line thinking, one way to get there. Um, Divergent thinking. So these lines are a little sketchy, but they were meant to be sketchy on purpose. So whenever I think divergent thinking, I tried to draw you graphs on them. So the last one was kind of a line. I'm a very visual learner, so I like to do things in pictures and acronyms and stuff like that. So whenever I think of divergent, there's multiple answers and there's many ways to get there. So I have me on the side over here, and the right answers are A, B, and C, but I can get there many ways. I can do a straight shot, a little tiny curve, or I can go left, up, and down, going up to the right, all types of crazy, which I feel like is most me. But anyways, there's multiple ways to get to the answer. So creative thinking. I know it's more than just an arts project. Um, and the way that I connected it probably the best in a way that I'll remember it is that you're creating something new that shows their knowledge of the situation by being able to create something new. So I chose this graphic over here because, as I said, I'm a very visual learner. So this shows you're creating what the situation would look like if there was a light bulb on. Would it be heavier? Would it be shorter? What do you know? What will it look like? So it would demonstrate your knowledge of what would this look like if a light bulb were on. Well, it would be yellow. It would be shining bright, going everywhere. It probably wouldn't be longer. That's just the point of the image. But as just a quick thing to recollect in case the light bulb doesn't do it for me, it's putting yourself in a different position and fully creating the atmosphere. So, what effect would today's technology have on the 1600s? To be able to effectively answer that, you have to understand both the 1600s and technology and the impact it has had on society and people in general, especially since COVID. Okay, analytical. So, whenever I know you said it goes analytical, then critical, but in my head, whenever I do it, it's a critical question. So I start off critical question and then I break it down to analytical, which in and of itself is an analytical process. And then I broad scheme it up again. So for analytical, to understand this one, I think I need to walk you through critical real fast. So the critical question I started off with was, why are Christmas trees so expensive? So now that I have my big question, I was really able to zone in and then break it up. So here's my Christmas tree. I have the tree. There's usually bells on mine. There's lights on mine. There's ornaments on mine. There's gifts under mine. So I broke up this large topic of why are Christmas trees so expensive? And I'm zoning in. Why are Christmas trees themselves expensive? Okay, well, what's in a Christmas tree? So I broke it up to be able to understand it better. So I was analyzing the different aspects of the tree, and now I'm gonna make it big again. So now that I've analyzed those, what's my conclusion? Why are Christmas trees so expensive? Well, because they have lots of part to it, and people are willing to spend lots of money to make it look pretty. And some add more things than others. So it depends on how much you love Christmas trees. I think that they're expensive because everyone wants them to look pretty. But that's how I think of critical and analytical thinking. That's just how my brain processes it best. Okay, so concrete and abstract. You're about to learn one of my favorite things through this. So concrete, you look at this picture over here. The meaning can be seen with your eyes. It is what you see. This is a cow. Well, a baby cow since it's able to be held. This is a brown cow. This is a brown cow with its tongue out. This is a brown cow with his paw raised. That's what I see. So that's concrete, physically there. I can see it. But abstract. What is the deeper meaning of this cow? So the abstract is sometimes individual. So for me, whenever I see this cow, I feel happy. This cow feels a little silly to me, so I might laugh and I feel joy because cows are my favorite and I think they're so cute. So cows bring me happiness. So the deeper meaning is joy. It reminds me of times on my papa's farm. So I'm going to associate good memories with it. So a cow to me means happiness, joy, my papa's farm, stuff like that. But to someone else, it might mean fear. So abstract sometimes looks different to people, and that's where it can get confusing. So on my images, I tried to choose things that really related to me, things that I love in my life. So I love cows. I love Christmas. I love lights. The Divergent was just kind of the wackiness in my brain showing. And I also really love colors. So those were my thoughts about thinking. I absolutely loved learning about them. Let me double check that I did everything that you asked. How have you decided to remember the differences? Yep. Okay, so that is how I feel about thinking. I hope you have a great night. Ah, it's still on, sorry. Okay, I love you. Goodbye.